We're back! We're back! Darling, we're back. We're back. We're back. Back for another one.
We're back for another episode of Spinach and Celery. If you were here last week, we're Cinched and Spiraling. If you just know and care to begin with.
He said all right. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. Let's get into this new episode. Episode 4.
Yeah.
Episode 4. That's 8. Episode 4 of
I was cinched.
Welcome to episode 4 of
Cinched and
Spiraling for the Gods. As y'all can tell, today's theme is pink. We're doing a cute little pink and blue. Oh, feeling our lovely little fantasy. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get started on this motherfucking episode. So that's it. Let's go ahead and get started.
Alrighty, so we always have to talk about RuPaul's Drag Race. Last week was the newest episode with the theme choices 2020. Amber, what did you think of the challenge?
You know, I thought, look over there!
I vow to make America confused again.
No, but I thought it was really, really funny. I thought there were some really good stand-ups that I didn't expect. Jada was absolutely funny. And
That's me.
I didn't expect her to be. Like we know that she's funny, right? She's shown that she knows how to be funny and, you know, how to do a character and stuff like that. But I feel like she really showed her funniness, and like her meta commentary on like not understanding politics and shit like that. So that was like absolutely hilarious.
Look over there! Look over there!
I think Crystal did such a really good job. She really, like, as they said on the show, she really did feel like a drag queen, you know, president, like somebody who was really trying to be a president, but that wasn't losing the fact of being a drag queen. Widow.
I would like to pass the question.
Because if she can't win the war against her beard...
Confusion. How can she win the wars that we might have to fight for America?
Canada, that's how. It just, sis, it was not looking good for her. And as we saw, it did not go well for her. So it was what it was.
Oh, you know, if y'all haven't picked up yet, if they start showing a queen a lot in the episode, she dead.
If the queen is like all throughout the episode and she's not like the Monique Hart or the Heidi where it's like, oh, she's just commentating versus like, oh no, this is like her episode because she going home. But yeah, and then the runway. Sis, what were your thoughts? What were your favorites?
My favorite look on the runway that could have poked me up the ass and I would have been fine with it was Jada Essence Hall's. That was the most stunning runway. And the fact that she did it herself, even more fucking stunning. It
really worked out for her that Michelle was not there, because as much as I loved it, the glitz, the glam, the everything, it was still a bodysuit. It was still a bodysuit that was rhinestone very, very well, which is, you know, that is stunning, that is gorgeous, but like had Michelle been there, she would have told her like, girl, this is stunning, this is everything, this is it on period. But this is still a bodysuit that is rhinestone, and we're getting to the top here, and we got to do more than that, right? And for that reason, I loved Crystal Methods. It was giving me very Sasha Velour, vis-a-vis, what was it? I want to say it was a craft challenge that time where they had to like make something obviously make something out of fucking something else. But she had done like that very home on the range cow print with the red hat and everything. It was everything.
It was the Village People Challenge.
There we go. Yes.
So Shay had the construction worker couture.
Oh, girl, I still nut to that.
That was everything, sis.
Oh my god. But back to this season. I really liked Crystal's because it was very reminiscent of Sasha Velour, and I loved Sasha in that look. And I think the other standout for me was Jackie. mostly because of like the story that she wove into like her entire look. No pun intended.
Yes.
But I thought it was everything. Which brings us to, because we can't not talk about this. So Mr. Jeff Gold, foot in the
Okay, but I do have to say, I don't know why, I loved the post-credit scene where he's just like, yeah, this is, yeah.
Oh yeah, I think that was his first time like seeing a real like drag show. So I was like, oh, this makes more sense as to why he like got so emotional, why he was like completely gagged all the time. Every time anybody did anything, it was like, oh my god, like it was very.
Look over there.
Look over there.
Distraction. Okay, confused and bewildered, but all
Confusion.
always. But him and that entire situation between him and Jackie, and like talking about the Islamic faith, and like her being in the hijab and everything, like so I will say, because we talked about this, right? Like I understood the question he was trying to ask.
Yeah.
How do you reconcile with like, you know, being a part of a culture that may not always necessarily understand you or support you and stuff like that, with the way that he worded it and just the setting, just it wasn't right. You get to your really
for that moment,
which is a very valid question, but it's also like, you know, this is also like a white man talking to a person of color, which, you know, typically in those kind of situations, it gets very like, you know, like when white people like ask like black people about like that are Christians and queer, it's like, oh, how can you be Christian? Like, how dare? Like, you must be so stupid to do that because they don't believe in you. And it's like, things are a lot more gray area and complex than we like to believe it. So I like while I understood what he was trying to ask, I was like, Jeff, maybe don't, and even he knew before he was like, maybe I shouldn't. I was like, girl, then why are you?
But I loved what Jackie did, and the story that was behind it, and the amount of bravery that had to go by wearing that, you know, on the runway, and just having that voice and sharing that story and whatnot. I have to really appreciate that, even though, you know, Jeff did kind of like start a circus over there in the corner.
He really did. I was like, Jeff, this is not a good look for you. Your first time on Drag Race, and this is what you want to do? Girl, they're gonna be talking about you. But I mean, hey, do what you do. So then we get to the lip sync, which honestly, I'm really starting to believe that me and you are witches yet again, because literally the end of last episode, us dying and you just being like, girl, I look like a bag of the wind, sis, bag of the wind. And then lo and behold, Katy Perry, not bag of the wind, what's the name of the song? Fireworks.
Firework, bag in the wind. That's my new single off my new album.
New album, Cash Bag. Ooh, now available in every dumpster near you. Oh, excuse me, burping. But that lip sync, girl. First of all, I was very worried for Jackie because I was like, oop, you're going up against Widow, and Widow has made it very clear that Widow knows how to get down.
Yeah, she's the lip sync assassin of the season. She survived like what, 3?
Yeah. Ooh, I mean, she can't do another one. I mean, unless she's Cameron Michaels, but I'm not feeling that energy between like her and Rue where it's like, oh, she's upset. Like I feel that the Cameron Michaels energy, or Rue Cameron Michaels energy where she just kept saving her in every lip sync, which again, still bewildered how the fuck that happens. I only see that between like her and Crystal. Like I feel like Crystal in the bottom 4 times and Rue would not say a goddamn thing and would not send her home.
Yeah.
Oh, my nose is watering.
I honestly thought last week was close. It was like, if the lip sync would have been just a little more, there probably would have been a double Shantae.
It really would have. But I think Jackie really took it, especially like she started out with like the humor and then she built up, and then it became like, you know, that very typical like lip sync, and she stole it. For me, like Widow had the energy, but Widow just seemed angry. And that song was not, it wasn't an angry song. So it just was like, sis, I get it, like right now you're getting a lot of emotions out, you know, you're, you know, feeling really down on yourself and you're probably really mad at yourself, but it's like, sis, that's not the energy you're supposed to be channeling through this song. So like the moment that she started just going full-blown anger, I was like, sis, it's done for you. You're out of there.
But Widow was one of my favorites on the season, and I hope she does return in another season. And want to see her succeed in everything that she can.
I think she will. I mean, I definitely see her ending up on an All-Stars.
Yeah.
If we get out of quarantine, or if she's gonna do All-Stars via Zoom, I think she could kill it as long as her internet connection is good. Gag the children, gag them all.
The internet would just cut out like me. It would just
like and cut to black screen. But I thought that was a really, really great episode. I love when they do these, especially, you know, when it's during like elections, which if you don't know, please go out and register to vote. Okay, we need this man out of the White House. Literally, I think it was yesterday I was reading that like he's trying to use this pandemic as a reason to take away more trans people's rights, to be like, oh yeah, you don't have to treat them for this pandemic. I'm like, can somebody just lip sync assassin him minus one of those words, please? Thank you. That'd be lovely. That would be real lovely. NSA is always listening. And everything. But next episode, I'm very interested to see how this goes. Because it's the makeover one. So
I'm always here or there with the makeover challenges. I'm not really always like, oh my god, a makeover challenge. That's not one of my favorite challenges of the seasons. You know, it just never seems to be a really interesting episode. That's just my opinion.
I could see that.
Know?
Because it's that they always have like these compelling stories per se. Or at least there's not enough time to really get into like the compelling parts of the story unless it's like a family member. And I think that this time they're doing like Drag Race super fans or something like that. So, you know, we'll get to see a bunch of like it'll be like Drag You, you know, a Drag You episode. You know, we'll bring a lonely house mother, she'll come with her wine, you know, she'll get wined and dined and
oh my god,
you know, wig. And it'll be great, you know, it'll be lovely. But honestly, I'm feeling a little scared for Heidi and Jackie because Heidi's makeup, that's been her entire storyline, is about her makeup, and makeup just in general, it's not distinguishable where it's like, oh, that's Jackie's face, right? Unless it's like face. So I'm like, that translating onto somebody else, I'm a little worried that she's not necessarily going to be able to make it like, oh, you look like relatives. It'll just be like, oh, well, they look pretty, you know? Whereas everybody else, they either have an iconic makeup style or their looks are so gorgeous that it's like, oh, either their look will be so similar or their face will look will look so similar because it's so different that, you know, so I'm like, fingers crossed, so. Yeah.
And of course, in our next topic that we always love to cover and usually spend a lot of time on is our Drag Race related stuff with the premiere of We're Here on HBO. Girl.
Yes.
You know, having lived in that area you know, for like 6 years of my life, the shit's real. You know, this was before this was long before I came out. You know, and before I started even doing drag, but like Confederate flags and all that fun, wonderful stuff that they have down there in the South, that shit's real. Like,
it was definitely like there were some moments in there because obviously, like, you know, they have a specific storyline that they're trying to tell and they're trying to show, and still wanting to show like some real parts, but there were some things that had happened where I was like, oh, they in like the South, sis. Like literally seconds into the start of the entire episode, and the guy that's just like, yeah, no, I will not be shopping here anymore. You can tell that nice lady, fuck this, I'm not doing it. These fucking freaks, I'm not having it, right? And then, oh my god, I will say, I think one of the funniest and ironic things was the guy who had slipped up and said colored, and Eureka was the one to teach him and be like, you can't say that. I was like, it was Eureka who said, okay, Eureka. I'm sure you've learned your lesson about what you can and can't say. I'm just saying. Didn't she tweet out a few months ago? She was like, oh, I'm black and like, I'm so happy that I'm black. I'm like, sis, this is black. This is black. That'd be like you saying that you're black. Like, sis, girl, I know, you know, race is socially constructed, but the effects of it are real, sis. And you saying that you're black, I have some effects that are real.
As soon as she was like, no, we don't say that. And I was like, but what?
Okay.
Confusion.
Sir, what year do you live in that you still call them coloreds? What?
Confusion.
Okay. It must be because the camera's on that you were, you know, this was you on your best behavior that you called them colors when the camera was on. when the camera was off, who knows what the fuck you were saying? Just saying.
Ooh. Ooh.
I really, really, really enjoyed watching We're Here. It was
yes.
so touching. It was so lovely to watch and to see and everything. And especially the storyline between the mother and the daughter. Granted, I was definitely on the daughter's side. I was like, sis, like, I get it. Like, now you've seen the error of your ways and you're out here giving free mom hugs and shit. But like, if I were that daughter, I'd be like, same. Like, sis, that's great. But like, what the fuck are you doing for me? Like, you going hugging a bunch of other gays is not you coming to reconcile with me the bullshit that you put me through, not them. So that's great that you're giving them a better life, but what the fuck have you done? Like, very Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately? Very.
Yeah, I really loved the storyline. I wasn't a fan of the first storyline. What was his name? Hunter.
Yeah.
I loved his dad. I loved his dad because that's my dad. Like that's totally 110% my dad. But like I wasn't here for the skinny white does makeup drag queen.
That part. I was like, this skinny little twink. Like, I get it, you know, you are in a town that's not too, you know, understanding and accepting. You know, we've all been, well, we haven't all been there, but to some degree, we all understand that, right? But it's like, at the end of the day, you are still just this, like, white twink that's like, oh my God, like, people don't like me and I do makeup. Like, I don't know, like, maybe it's just because, like, of where we come from, of, like, you know, I live in California, so I'm like, it's just such a casual, natural thing. So I'm just like, sis, what struggles are you really going through? Like, your family ain't out here trying to murder you, okay? Like, you good, sis. You live in a town where people just talk about you, but ain't nobody out here trying to murder you and kill you. Like, sis. Okay. Which is honestly, that was why I was so happy to see a Black person.
Mm-hmm.
It's why, I mean, obviously, because, you know, being Black, I'm always looking for that representation. So, like, when I was like, oh, where the Black people? Where the Black people? And found my, like, yes! And I thought that was, like, so cute, especially, he was, honestly, I almost thought he was queer, especially because, like, as soon as they introduced him, his name was Daryl, as soon as they introduced Daryl, immediately, sis was shady! Said,
oh, yes.
All these trophies for losing. I was like, yes, sis, clock that tea. Clock that tea.
Absolutely.
Their closing song.
Oh, yes. Oh, girl.
Obsessed. I just, like, slowly look through the credits and see if I can see the person. Couldn't find it there. So then I go to fucking HBO's, like, Twitter or something, and I'm, like, searching through. Like, sis, she was on a full investigation. Finally found the song. And I am so fucking obsessed. Like, and it's so beautiful.
A good song.
Oh my God. It's the anthem that America needs, okay?
Yes.
One that we need, honestly, because the other anthem, she's a little boring, a little tired, a little old, you know? Her knees are a little rickety. She could use a few surgeries, a few facelifts, you know? Just saying, you know? And she's a little racist, so oh, next up, or am I getting ahead of myself? I have no clue because I don't have the document open.
Sorry. That was like Cinched and
very not.
We had RuPaul's Celebrity Drag Race.
Oh my God, yeah, I forgot we had so much goddamn drag, sis.
4 hours of drag. So I watched it live, y'all. 4 hours of RuPaul's Drag Race in a row is too much. And if it's not like the part that it is, like, I could take 4 hours of like a regular season or an all-star season, but like 4 hours of just these changing formats, and like it's one season, then it's drag race, or it's Celebrity Drag Race, then it's Untucked. I'm like, I can't do it. It's too much.
I could see how that could be. Like, for me, because I never watch it live, because I'm not going to say I legally download off the internet from torrenting sites, but I find my way on the internet and I watch them not live. So for me, like, I get that of like watching 4 hours straight, because I think I took a few different breaks in between like watching all of the drag, so it didn't feel too conglomerated to me, but then also it went on for a lot longer. So
yeah.
But Celebrity Drag Race, it was cute. I will say that. Was it
cute.
Shaggy? Not really. You know, these are queens that have been doing makeup and, you know, putting people into drag for a very long time, putting somebody into drag. So it's like, you know, but
Yeah.
it was really...
was it Justin? The guy from Riverdale.
Yeah, I think that might have been his
Justin?
name. I don't know. I didn't know any of the celebrities. Not a one.
Not a one. Not a one.
I think Aquarius said it best. Obviously, the drag queens are the celebrities in this situation. I'm just saying, for the first episode, the celebrities were, well, let's just say they're not A-list. And that's not shady. That's just, you know, they weren't. They didn't have fucking Meryl Streep on there, okay? That's a celebrity, okay? We had the Riverdale guy, the influencer. I think that was their position.
The Riverdale guy can have my babies.
All right, that's okay. The comedian, no, he can't have my babies. He's too short. I'm not even gonna play. He was too short for me. But I mean, he was cute and he's funny. His personality was good enough. You know, we could make it do what he do for a little bit and then see if it works, and then if it don't, you know.
Oh,
God. But I thought it was cute. I will say there was, obviously we know there was, or not, we know. Oh Jesus, excuse me, burping. Obviously we know that, you know, there was a bit of drama. About the makeup artists and like people not being seen and not being on camera, or them being credited but not by their drag names. So there was a lot going on. So it was like, sis, so first you give a celebrity drag race with no celebs, and then you don't credit the queens that are doing your makeup.
Exactly.
Or you just don't flat out show that you just cut them fully, because we didn't find out till like after the episode that Chanel had been like helping out and like actually had a full like filmed scene with it. Really got cut. So I'm like, confusion.
Here's my opinion, and maybe this is me just speaking as a young queen who hasn't really done it for a long time. But I kind of agree with Latrice in the sentiment that's like, or maybe, I don't remember if it was Latrice or Ginger that said like, oh, hair by this, dress by this, makeup by this, jewelry by this. What the fuck did you do? Like, what? You know, like, I saw a post from a queen recently about something we were talking about, and she was like, oh, I look so stunning, hair by this, makeup by this, outfit by this, jewelry by this. And I was like, so what the fuck did you do?
So what part of it did you do as the queen? Oh, you got into the stuff. Okay.
Congratulations.
So it changes, like, depending on how long you've been doing drag, right? Because like, you know, when you're first starting out, we don't have the means, we don't have the resource, usually, because some of us have silver spoons. That's not shade to either one of us. It's just like, you know, it's a truth of the fact. Like, some queens are born into like loving families and you know, have all these resources and can just do drag and all this kind of shit, right? And some of us, you know, we got to scratch and claw just to get a little bit of something. So it's like when you start out, yeah, you're doing it all yourself, but then I think when you get especially when you get to like that drag race kind of status where it's just like, oh, sis, people want to make you shit, they want to send you shit, all kinds of stuff. It's like, okay, like that makes sense if it's like for a photo shoot, but if it's just a casual, you just in your house and everybody else did your drag, then it's like, okay, sis, what the fuck? What did, because it don't look like much.
But in the same pipeline, I do believe credit is due, and I feel like Lila, Mayhem, and Chanel all should have gotten credit for their work, or should at least been shown. I mean, realizing that they showed Bob and Trixie and Monet like, oh, this is your makeup, this is how it's doing, and they like made it seem like it was them doing their makeup. I was kind of like, isn't that insult to injury? Like,
yeah, because then they fully erased them. There was no like, oh, and then Movie Magic, their makeup is done, and we're left up to wonder, oh, well, was it the queen or was it somebody else?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, sis, we're gonna lead you to believe it was the queen, even though it was not. Okay. And I definitely agree. Like, I feel like they should have been shown just because, like, I know some people are gonna be, oh, well, they were credited, and it's like, bitch, how many of us really sit there and read the fucking credits? Girl, you know the moment the credits come on, you don't give a shit. Ain't nobody reading that. Okay, the credits start rolling on a regular episode, sis, ain't nobody reading them. They try to figure out what's gonna happen in the next fucking episode, okay? So don't sit here and tell me, oh, well, they were, no, they were not. They were not really credited fully. I feel like them being seen on camera, that's how you credit these queens, especially these queens. Is like their face is their brand.
Yeah.
You crediting them by their out of drag name, bitch. We have no clue what their out of drag names are anymore because they don't do that like they used to do in past seasons where it's like, oh, when you get to top 4 and they like, oh, here's your baby picture, tell little whatever the fuck, you know, da 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 da. That's when we learn their real name.
Tell little whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Okay. About what your experience is. Okay, like we don't get that anymore. So
I'm gonna name my child whatever the fuck. Holy Christ! Ooh, but Celebrity Drag Race was cute. But if I have to comment on it in the words of RuPaul herself,
I love fracking. Girl, her and that fracking fund, girl, she paying everybody.
So, and I also have to mention, holy mother of God, Quarantine Queen by Todrick Hall dropped last night.
Girl, fuck the rent. Fuck the rent.
Fuck the rent. Fuck the rent.
Yeah, sis, I live with my mama, but girl, still, fuck the rent. That energy. Carry that energy. Yes.
So, if y'all hadn't heard, Todrick Hall, a regular judge on RuPaul's Drag Race, though he said he's not coming back anymore, and a regular choreographer, also queen, tour, gay artist, the whole lineup. He's got the qualifications. Look it up, and if you want to throw him shade, you know, make sure you sharpen your nails before you come for him. Anyway, so Todrick Hall dropped an album, Quarantine Queen. It's based all on what everyone's going through in quarantine. There's a whole song on the album about Tiger King.
Girl, yeah, girl. I will say I love Todrick. I really do. But the best part of that song was Rhea Latre. Her verse,
yes,
got me together. I was like, I'm dang. Oh my god. She got me all the way.
There were so many parts on the album that just had me fucking cackling. Oh my god. Mask, gloves, soap, scrubs was fucking hilarious.
That shit was iconic.
And just a little hint for our close followers, you can expect mask, gloves, soap, scrubs to return somewhere in the future.
In the very near future. But oh my god, and what's so funny is like, because obviously, like, you know, me, Lux, and Brenda, we're always talking because we're sisters and we love each other.
Yes.
But it was so funny because as we were prepping for filming today, talking about it yesterday, I was like, wouldn't it be so funny if like Todrick dropped the entire album like literally 12 o'clock at night so that way we can talk about it in tomorrow's filming. And then we were at midnight, motherfucker dropped it.
Witches.
Honestly, on that spill I cast for that $1 million in this Corona to be finished. Excuse me.
We're gonna talk it into existence.
Girl, I want to manifest some dick, honestly, sis. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. But all that aside, all dicks aside,
not all of them. Hold on, I'll take a few.
Okay, I'll take me a good old little dicky dick.
Y'all thought I was sitting on a chair? Surprise!
Girl, waiting and ready. Oh, Untucked.
Oh, that what?
Untucked was good. It was good. It was great. It was lovely.
What?
Confusion. We'll let Brenda handle that. Brenda, again, as I've said in the past, Brenda does in about 10 minutes what we do in about 30 minutes. So,
oh my God,
Brenda
yes.
Gonna get y'all snatched together with her breakdown on all of that shit.
Moving forward, we have our Saving Sanity, Miss Amber.
Saving Sanity!
what has your been sanity?
She's having a stroke, everybody. Everybody pause, stop everything. She's stroking out. And not in the way that we
Because it's fashion.
It's fashion. It's, excuse me, it's fashion. It's fashion?
Is it wait, but is it fashion?
It's fashion. Stop it! I have something to say. Shut up! God, Bob, don't look at me.
Okay, here we go. It's fashion. It's fashion, guys.
Stop.
It's Jada.
Confusion.
Oh my God, she said because it's fashion. Fashion. Sis, coronavirus.
What has your been sanity saving? We're playing word Scrabble after this.
Girl. Oh my God. Well, I've been scramble save sanity has not been in.
New challenge. Next week's theme, you have to say everything backwards.
Oh, bitch, I can barely see everything forward. What you mean? Sis, I can barely talk. Oh my goodness. Ah, Jesus. Must be from something I ate. Oh, what great transition. So actually my saving sanity has been food yet again. I mean, amongst other things, like there's definitely been other things, but yesterday my mother went and got me some wings and things. And if any of you who know me like in person know, a bitch gets litty for some motherfucking wings and things. But I will say it's been a hot little minute since I've had some, so my heat intake was a little less than I'm used to. It only took me maybe 2 strips before my nose was watering, and sis was just like, "Ooh, my belly's a little rumbly tumbly. That ain't cute." And you know, Lux knows how that manifested this morning. Multiple times. But
that, the wings and things.
I've been rewatching, or not rewatching, but I've been reconnecting with watching a lot of like content that I used to watch on YouTube by Black queer content creators who would make like a lot of very like Real Housewives kind of shit, but like with a bunch of like Black gay boys in Atlanta, getting into all kinds of messy motherfucking drama, and I'm just like, sis, you are like 19. How are you this messy, sis? How are you this messy? I want more, but I also want better for you. Not on camera, though. I want better for you off camera, because on camera, I'm for the drama.
We need to go back and film my entire high school experience, because she was messy.
Girl, fully same. I used to have a completely different YouTube channel where I did nothing but talk shit about everybody in my high school. And low-key, some people started to find it. And so I eventually just had to delete the whole channel because I was like, oh, I cannot have my name out in these streets like this. But some people thought it was funny. Some people thought, oh, sis, you really want to come for me. I'm like, well, you are being a bit of a bitch. And annoyance. And you were also flunking every class that you were in. So who was the asshole? You.
Come for me, you better sharpen your claws.
Very that, sis. Very that. But that has been one of the very few saving sanities that I still have left, just like my brain cells. But what has been your saving sanity for this week, sis?
Oh, sis, and we're gonna tie back into this later, but I have been, just enjoying my time of not being at work, which I just got such a fun email from my work, so very excited for that. That's saving sanity for me. But I have been, smoking a little of that good, that little that ganja, So, and watching old cartoons.
Ganja and leaves body. She's being raptured. God damn it, sis. I told you don't leave me here.
And I have been watching old cartoons, all the big classics, Cartoon Network classics, Johnny Bravo, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Tom and Jerry was a big one. My family loves to watch Tom and Jerry because the humor is so, like, who thinks of the shit?
You know what? Somebody on acid. The same person who was on acid doing Courage the Cowardly Dog, because somebody was definitely on some drugs with that.
Oh my God, yes. And if you can find this clip and put this in post, that'd be phenomenal. But I swear to God, there's a scene in one of the episodes where he goes underwater, and he's got like a straw going up so he can avoid a flock of chirping and a burping and
Girl! Why are you smoking like a chirping?
What is that? What is that? What is it? Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah!
Confusion.
a flock of a swarm. That's what it is. A swarm.
She said a flock, a swarm, a swamp, an alligator, eggs, peeps, food, candy.
Funniest shit I've ever seen. No, he's underwater and he's got a tube and he's trying to avoid a swarm of bees. And so they all just like look at the tube and then they go into the tube.
Girl, we sucking ass. That's what it sound like, okay? It sounds like we sucking ass through a straw.
And watching a lot of old cartoons. So that has been a lot of my watch list this week. Saving sanity this week.
I was like,
Oops.
switch things halfway through. So dead. See, there she is, dead on the girl, deceased, buried.
Oh my God. This heat's getting to me. I totally jumped from saving sanity to watch list and I didn't.
Girl, she'll be like, yeah, and that was on my watch list. So welcome to Cinched and Spiraling. Thank you for coming by. Be like, what?
Confusion.
How?
Confusion. Confusion.
Don't understand.
Oh,
Look over there.
okay. So what's been your saving sanity?
Girl, I don't think my saving sanity sniff. You really are having a stroke. Girl, this is not what they mean when they say stroke it out, sis. This is not the stroke they're talking about.
Oh my God. Last week I lost my wig. This week I lost my mind. So, Miss Amber, I have a very important question for you.
Yes.
What has got you cinched and sent you?
Well, my cinch this week, is new motherfucking drag. Both all the drag that we got to see in Drag Race and all of her good shit and all the stuff from HBO. But also, if y'all couldn't tell and/or clock, she got a new wig. She got a new dress. Yes, I did just flash you, even though all of my bits and pieces are out of frame. Oop, we're flashing. Oop, and we're flashing. Oop, and we're flashing. Oop, and we're flashing. But enough of flashing the audience. That has been
Now the flashing episode.
Girl, we'll save that for the end. End of the world. Honestly, all this like new drag that I ordered, which is not like a whole bunch, it's just like a couple of different outfits. You know, some things for my body just to like make it look a little bit more colored correctly, you know, shit like that. That has been what's keeping me cinched. Also, I got to see you. Not that we're breaking any kind of curfews, what the fuck. The 6 feet apart, my good sister dropped off my drag because homophobia. You know, we'll just leave that where that is. But I got to see my good sister, so that was absolutely, it was great. It was amazing, even though it was only for like a few seconds.
So wonderful to see you. I was like, look, here she comes.
It brightened my day. It really brightened my day to see another human.
Get her a parade and a red carpet because.
Girl, I was serving a look. On a day where I was doing nothing.
She was fully.
And what has been sending me motherfucking spiraling? I know I sound angry. It's because I am. So last week I was talking about the motherfuckers that wanted to protest and stay at home. This week I'm talking about our fucking government that let Atlanta, motherfucking Georgia. Nope, it's Georgia, Atlanta. No, Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Georgia. All of Georgia was allowed to like be unlocked. Jesus, wow, it's not.
It's a new level in a video game.
Okay, girl, bury that. But they were allowed to be unquarantined. They were not on lockdown. Jesus Christ, I cannot fucking think of words. They were both having a goddamn stroke. But that isn't sending me spiraling because I'm like, they're not ready. Motherfuckers, none of us are ready. And I'm just very, very irritated that it's feeling like there's not a real importance put on all the sacrifices that all of us are making by having to stay at home, all the sacrifices that the people on the front lines are making on you still going into work, doing all these doctors and nurses and shit that are still having to deal with this shit. It's like, can we just fucking stay our asses at home? And honestly, I feel like a majority of that is because of fucking capitalism, okay? Because of the way that our fucking entire everything works, and it all having to be run on fucking unnatural goddamn labor that is put onto the working class and people of color and marginalized communities and all kinds of shit. I'm now understanding that I'm getting into a weird TED Talk lecture, but the point here is, and now I sound like a fucking pastor, Jesus Christ, she's going through a lot of journeys right now, is that if we would just stay our asses at home, all these sacrifices that are being made, sis, they would be for something, okay? Oh,
Hi, my name is Amber St. James, and welcome to my TED Talk.
It's very that energy, because I'm just like, why in the fuck would they do that? Like, we're not ready to be off of quarantine. And this is saying a lot because I am a bitch with ADHD, and I get a lot of my energy from other people. So I really want to be out of quarantine. And even I am saying, we need to sit our asses down and wait till it's ready, till it's motherfucking ready. Not to mention, this is already like, we already know that the government uses people of color and marginalized communities to test all the time. They did it with Tuskegee, with like black folks, and I think it was like syphilis, and like testing all kinds of shit that have been like terrible things that have been done on testing on people. So it's like, of course they picked in the South with the people of color to be like, hey, yeah, you go be the guinea pigs, go see if you catch that corona, and if you don't, then we can all come out. If you do, good luck dying, sis. Like, it just, yeah, it feels very that. So, as you can tell, she's spiraling just a little bit. Just a tad.
It's okay. It's okay. You and I will be in the second wave. It's fine.
Yes, I always loved being a second wave feminist until it became white. But all that aside, so what is
Ooh, sis.
I thought there was hair in my eye. There was just eye in my hair.
Ooh, oh.
Look over there. Confusion.
But,
Guys.
so, what has been sending? Nope. So what have you? Nope. So,
High school English gone.
Okay. So I have to ask you, sis, what has got you sis?
Yes.
And what's been sending you spiraling?
Oh, girl. What has kept me absolutely cinched is Todrick dropping this new album. It was like the one beam of hope at the end of the tunnel yesterday. Yesterday was just one of those days where you try to do one thing and it progressively gets harder. If anyone knows what I'm talking about out there. Oh, anyway, so Todrick dropping Quarantine Queens was definitely my cinching for this week, and I'm going to have so much to listen to, and I'm so excited because this week we are finally closing our deadline for Drag Extravaganza interest. So we'll finally have a lineup of queens, but we won't announce them. Anyway, but what has sent me absolutely spiraling, throttle back to the watch list that became the Saving Sanity, that became the watch list again.
The segment around the world.
You can imagine my surprise. So I'm big, if anyone's seen some posts on my page, I'm big into Funko Pop collecting, right?
Oh, I know where we're going.
She knows I was totally derailed Monday morning.
Girl, yo, Monday had a screeching halt. No.
So I'm big into Funko Pop collecting. Probably said this like fucking 10 times now.
That's okay, they won't know. I'll edit it out.
But they leaked a pop they leaked Monday on.
Yoda is back in the house! And we back in the house. Yoda back in the house.
And if you've seen me out of drag, which you probably have, if you look at my Instagram, you'll see a weird picture of me out of drag. I'm a fat Johnny Bravo, right? And that was a big, it was a big cartoon. I'm like if Elton John and Johnny Bravo had a love child, and in drag. Never mind. So, Johnny Bravo was a big part of my childhood. So, they were going to release a pop of him, and I went to the Funko shop, and it was going to drop at 11 a.m. And I was like, boom! I got everything ready. I had my tablet ready. I had my computer ready. I had my phone ready, and I launched all three. 11 a.m. Boom! I was like, okay, and I got to this part where they put you in line with a bunch of other motherfuckers around the world that are trying to get this, and I'm sitting in line. I sat in line for 7 minutes. Somebody's sniffing up my skirt. I sat in line for 7 minutes, and finally it just kicked me back to the shipping page, and I'm like, oh, okay, and so I got back in line, and finally, boom, it kicked me back like 3 more times, and then it sold out. A bitch was fucking derailed.
Bro, you were not having it. Because we have our Monday check-ins that we do, and she said, fuck my drag, fuck this bullshit, fuck it all, burn everything.
And it sounds so privileged. It sounds so unbelievably privileged to be like,
just a little bit.
And I was like, Amber heard me yell, all I wanted was a $15 piece of plastic.
I was like, sis.
Oh, girl. Which I got over it. I'm chilling now. I have some connections that I'm working with. I might have, pre-ordered from a secondhand seller with a nice little upcharge of a service fee.
I love that. She said the services were rendered and they gave me a fee. Might have been a little bit more than I would have liked, but that $15 piece of plastic was worth it.
You know what? If I do end up getting this thing, I'm gonna put it in the background of the episode. Just be like, look, it's my $15 piece of plastic.
Now valued at $300. I'm sorry. I mean, I paid $300.
Literally, that's how it goes.
Oh my God.
And if we never get out of quarantine and martial law gets put in, and the end of the world fucking happens, it'll be worth nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this funness was so much. You thank for joining us.
Oh my God! I am
fucking rip my headphone out.
Coffin in me, I am dead. Deceased, bury. Me, yes, now. This has been a
time next until.
Oh my God, this has been a goddamn pink mess. But
a pink mess.
Okay, girl, a pink mess on the carpet. She's made mess on the carpet, dog.
We're like somebody threw up a bottle of strawberry Nesquik. It's fine.
Okay,
we're doing great.
Pepto-Bismol realness because she loves to take a shit.
No, it's the messy episode now. It's the pink mess. It's the pink messy.
The pink messy. It's the pink messy. It's the pink messy.
Touch pink, get messy.
You can watch the mess. Ooh.
We had 2 in the pink and 1 episode in the stink.
Okay, we have to stop. This must stop. Somebody stop us. But nobody will, because we're what? Unstoppable! Huh? We're unstoppable. Oh, we're cooing again?
Chirping it.
Is that another pigeon over there in the corner I see? Oh my god. You know I'm gonna fucking edit it in. You know I'm gonna.
I know you are.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
But to come back to sanity before we spiral on off, we thank y'all for coming to Cinched and Spiraling for another episode. We love to do this. We love that y'all love that we do this. Or at least we're assuming that you love it because you haven't told us you hated it. We do hope that y'all enjoyed this episode. We hope that y'all enjoy our show. Let us know in the comments whatever that y'all want to see for next week, or just in general, or what your favorite part is, or what y'all want to see us do, or any kind of things that y'all want to see us do within reality. Because again, our drag is very limited.
I won't get naked.
I will not be getting naked on this channel. OnlyFans is different, and I don't have one of those yet. I'm joking. We're But yeah, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna throw this over to Brenda because I think now we're just spiraling. We are just spiraling off of the deep end, into the blithering, blathering nothingness that is this pink mess.
Pink messy.
I say pink messy on myself, and I must go and clean myself now, darling.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Until next time. Stay
Yeah.
cinched.
And say spiraling. Oh. All right, Brenda, it's time for you to take it on over. Let's get broken and let's get down.